Let's start. Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. With me, Audrey, Zatsa. The people of Mancon in the northwest region are still in shock after the death was announced of the paramount founder of Mancon, Angwa 3 yesterday, May 22. Elvis, can we have the exact images on air, please? He became the 20th founder of Mancon in 1959. From Member of Parliament to CPDM National Vice President, the founder had expressed his wishes for the resolution of the crisis in the respective regions through unity. A 32-year-old woman and her 2-year-old daughter are said or have perished in a fire incident in Luguado, Marwafal North region. Reports say they were trapped in white flames in their home on Sunday, May 22 at about 3 p.m. Firefighters succeeded to put out the fire and retrieve their burnt bodies. Enormous material damage was equally recorded. Meanwhile, the cause of the incident is still to be established. Christian religious leaders and Muslims have prayed that nothing would undermine the peace and social cohesion in the Noon Division and Cameroon. This was recently during an interfaith prayer organized at the Palace of the Bamoun Kings, an initiative of Sultan of Bamoun, His Royal Highness Mohammed Nabil Bombonjoya. It was attended by the representative of the Governor of the West Region, Gilles Christian Sadi, and other administrative authorities. This follows a series of uprisings recorded in the Noon Division lately. On the grill since his resignation from the post of Secretary General of the Cameroon Football Federation, Benjamin Dbanloq is prohibited from leaving the country. An information contained in a note from the public prosecutor signed on May 18. The former Secretary General of Fecafoot is the subject of legal proceedings. He is accused of taking along him materials belonging to Fecafoot and of financial mismanagement and suspicious of mischiefs in public procurement. According to the Auxiliary of Justice to Prosecute, Dbanloq's activities or acts are likely to paralyze the activities of the Federation. On to something else, some civil society activists have urged students to have a violence-free holiday. This was during the closing ceremony of CKC Yaoundé recently. Colette Lum tells us more.
The third-term holiday have come once again, and pupils and students will have very little to do as studies comes to a halt and idleness will be the order of the day. Even while these students were busy in school, the rate of violence amongst them witnessed an increase. And now that they will be home and idling around, what will become of them? It is in this regard that a civil activist advised.
For many students, instead of carrying pens to school, they prefer to carry machetes and knives to school. I don't know if the academic environment has become a slaughterhouse. Due to this, young people of this Build Together civil society organization have come together, designed this project, which is termed Vacances sans Violence. In English, we say violence-free holiday. This project is out there to sensitize students, to talk to you, to bring to your awareness other activities that you can engage in order to avoid these incidents of violence and drug consumptions in school. Why? Because these vices, drug consumption, has a lot of effect, negative effect to your own future. Today, you are seated here as students. Mind you, in the nearby future, just tomorrow, you will be parents. And as you're growing up, what holds your future? What lies ahead of you? How do you plan your future?
And on the part of the teachers, what is the best way these students can better incorporate in society during this long holiday?
That when they get home, they should remain on their books. They should also not go out carelessly, and they should remember to help their parents. They should also remember we still have coronavirus outside. So when going out, they should make sure they put on a mask. After going out, they should make sure to wash their hands, sanitize, make sure they should not stay late nights, they should not play carelessly, they should stay close to their parents, read their book.
As they're going home, our advice to them is that they should remain focused because it's just holidays and they still have a lot of work to do at home. They still need to concentrate in their studies. They should respect their parents as we have been teaching them so that they will have a nice and a good future. Because with this, I think that there will be good men and women that we want.
A road to a wise is sufficient. These students are therefore called upon to implement this advice, while parents are called upon to put strict measures on these kids so as to curb the rate of violence amongst youngsters.
And out of the country, Qatar has launched a two-day security conference ahead of the World Cup. The Safety and Security Operations Committee of the Security Committee of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 organized the press conference, which has started yesterday to announce the details of the FIFA World Cup Qatar readiness ahead of the competition. A number of personalities, including delegates representing the qualified countries, will participate in the conference ending this May 2023. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Modika, Elvis. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. You have many stories on 6:30 p.m. Prime News, so with Fun Quinta. Coming up next is The Brief with Lasha Kingsley and